everybody. Hope you can see and hear me okay, and hope everybody is doing good this Friday. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I am a little bit under the weather. I have been suffering for the flu this week, but I did not want to miss this Friday with you guys. So it may be a little bit on the short. It will definitely be an hour. I don't think if I'm going to be talking to you guys for about like 2 hours and a half or something like that. But I, as always, I want to always stay true to my commitment. So I am here Friday at 8 o'clock. And this week, what we're going to be talking about is embroidery efficiency. In Washington, D.C., there's this big theme going on about government efficiency and all that kind of stuff. So I figured, okay, I'm going to bring that little theme over to embroidery businesses. Okay. So one of the things that I did, okay, was I wanted to do a little search, and I did some research on what is business efficiency, and I wanted to see what are the things that I could find that we could probably apply it to our world of crafts and embroidery and all that other good stuff. So I was able to find 17 things that I was kind of like, hey, this kind of applies to us, and it'll probably help us as we work in our sewing and our, and all of our crafting and even embroidery businesses, right? Because we all like what we do. And, at the same time, even though we love it, it gets kind of pricey. And sometimes we do want to just sell the items, and make some money off of it. But we want to be as efficient as possible. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I found. Okay. So, like I said, I have about 17 items that were on the list. So I'm going to start because as always, for those of you new, hi, I'm Jeanette. And just know that the way I run embroidery happy hour is I always, for the first hour, talk about the topic. And then after that, then I like to go down the chat room and say hi to everybody and answer any questions and share some comments as well. So my voice is probably a little bit off, but bear with me. I had the flu this week. So I kind of struggled a little bit this week. My energy is getting a little higher now. So it's been a rough week for me. But you know what? Hey, I'm still good. I'm gonna keep going and rock and rolling and doing my thing. All right. So all right. So let's talk about the first thing. And it's kind of funny because when I was going through some of these lists, if you guys have been watching me for quite some time, you're gonna notice that some of these things I've said, which I was kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool. It looks like I'm on point, but I wanted to share with you guys what I found. The first one was staying organized, keeping your records and business finances, and setting your goals and planning ahead. Now, that is something that is definitely true. If you want to be successful and you want to be efficient, you want to make sure that you have a business plan. You always want to make sure that you are keeping everything as organized as possible. A while ago, I talked to you guys about how sometimes you can have this false perception where you're thinking that your business is doing well, but in actuality, it really isn't. And the reason why you end up with that false perception is not because you're doing anything, like wrong. And well, you are kind of doing something wrong, but the thing is, it's like you got to be really like so totally no no BS or anything. You got to be honest, okay? You got to know what you are spending every penny, okay? And you got to know what you're bringing in, all right? Because a lot of times what happens, we kind of fluff it a little bit, right? And then also you got to make sure that whatever income you are counting, it's really income from your business. It's not income coming from other sources or anything like that. I notice that sometimes I see people kind of like bundle up income from other sources, and then they say, this is how much I spent on my embroidery business. But then it's like they look like they're making money. But then when I talk to them, I say, okay, well, I think that's great, but what about if you were to subtract all that other income that really, yeah, it's a little bit related to your embroidery business, but it's not really your embroidery business, right? So how much are you making in selling your embroidery products? Not counting money that you're making from social media and all that other stuff, okay? So that's what I find that happens is that people take incomes from that's coming from other sources and they add it to their actual sorry, um embroidery business. So then what ends up happening is you're kind of inflating your income. So you're not really being honest because what you really want to do is we're talking about your embroidery business, right? So if you're selling if you're sewist, right? And you like to sell pouches, right? So you want to know how much are you making on those sales of those pouches. You don't want to come out and say, excuse me, I didn't want to cancel tonight, but hold on. Okay. I am really, really sorry, guys. Okay. I'm going to have to slow down my talking because I may lose my voice. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. All right. So you want to focus on the actual money that the real business, your actual business umbrella is bringing in. It's great that you're making money in other avenues, but that's keep it separate because you really want to know how much you are actually making. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. Number two. Man, this is dedication for you guys. Okay. This is dedication because let me tell you, I am still sick. But I'm dedicated. All right. Number two, learn to be flexible. Okay. A lot of times I end up finding out that people are like they're like I this is what I want to do, which is great, but I don't want to let me see, let me give you an example. Okay, I want to do embroidery and I want to have an embroidery business, but I only want to sell a certain product. That's it. I don't want to expand in anything else. Um, you know, that would work. Sorry, that would work. However, remember when you're running a business, sometimes what you want to do is you want to grow it. And if you're not willing to be flexible, okay, and take orders outside of your comfort zone, the business may not grow. And that can hamper you. So at the end of the day, honestly, when it comes to this one, you do have to be flexible, okay? But in certain areas. For instance, I am not flexible with the money at all. When it comes to my embroidery prices, me being flexible, you or anyone else asking me to be flexible, it's not an option. It's not going to be an option. I know how I price my items, I know what's fair, and there's no negotiation right there. However, though, I do have a negotiation if, let's say, you want to drop off some items for me to work on. You pay me ahead because I'm not flexible in that either. Okay. You're not going to drop off stuff and I'm going to work on it and then you're going to pay me next year. That's not going to happen. But you can pick up your items. You don't have to pick them up right away. You can pick them up within a week or two, as long as you just let me know. Okay. Because I don't want to be a storage facility either. So, sorry. I think I should have canceled tonight. But all right, I'm gonna try to at least get to 7. All right. I'm gonna have to probably call it short. Get some lemonade juice. Coats your throat better than water. Okay. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Hey Melanie, you want to keep everybody company? All right, give me 2 minutes. My girlfriend Erica just called me. Well, text me, and she said to get some lemonade or juice. I have orange juice. I'm gonna go downstairs to get orange juice because she says if that coats it'll stop my coughing. 1 minute. It's literally downstairs. I'll grab it, put it in a cup, and be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Whew, I tell you, one thing about Virginia, they need to start making houses that are one level, running up and down the stairs. And when you get old, it sucks. So I got orange juice. Thank you, Erica. And hopefully that's going to help me with this because I really want to share the stuff that I found with you guys. So I'm hanging in there, guys, because I'm not quitting. Okay, hopefully this works. Whew. All right, okay. Number one, I said keeping your records organized and all that stuff. Talked about that. Number two, learn to be flexible. Number three, and I did a live on this also, automate as many things as possible. Now, how would we do this in embroidery? Okay. I'm a little out of breath. Okay. The way that I automate the process of doing embroidery is I had a video out there where I worked on my bulk orders, and I set up my my room, and I set up the order in like an assembly line. When you do stuff like that, when you really start thinking about how you're going to process your orders, you want to make sure that you're doing it in that type of way. It saves a lot of time, it's faster, and it's really more efficient. Okay. So when I saw that, I was thinking, oh, you girls on the money. Number four, you got to maintain a personal touch. Keep your thumb on everything. Okay. Number five, have a great website. Okay. That is really, really important. Remember, especially if you are selling online, your website is what's going to speak for you and your business. So whenever you are showcasing your embroidery products, and thank you, Erica, orange juice is working is working great, as you can see. I'm barely coughing, but yeah, this is so much better than water. The pictures that you take, you want to make sure that they're clear. You want to make sure that the descriptions of your products are clear. You want the website to be inviting. You want it to really showcase your products really, really well. Okay. You want to create unique content, which means that when you're describing your items, make sure it reads well. Make sure that you're providing all the details about your items, the type of material, the embroidery, the color threads, and all that kind of stuff, especially if you're offering personalization and stuff like that. You want to make sure you do that. Now, number seven, I found this one was really, really helpful, and something that I always do, and something that I know that a lot of people really don't do when they really should be doing, okay, is data analytics. You really need to study how your sales are doing. Now, a lot of people don't take the time to do that. You should know what your best sellers are. You should also know what products are not selling. You should know, get to know the type of traffic that you're getting to your site. Is it, what kind of audience are you attracting, right? Are you attracting, what kind of customer base, age group, where in the world, are people buying from you? The different styles and stuff like that. You want to make sure you keep that, that you analyze that. Look at your pricing. Is your pricing too cheap? Is it too high? Is it on point? Um, you know, yeah, I know I'm a little off today, guys. I'm sorry, but I will not give up. I'm not, and I will always be here on a Friday. I promise you guys that. Okay, even if I sick. um, all right, number 8. I'm at number 8. I'm struggling, but I'm hanging in there. Cut costs as needed. All right, we talked a little bit about this in the past about how to get certain things pretty economical. But then we've also had discussions that sometimes when it comes to buying certain items, you really shouldn't go cheap because it can actually affect the quality of your work. For example, threads, the needles. Um, I will never change my brand of needle. As for my threads, I am pretty particular about the threads that I use for certain projects. It depends, right? If I see that there's a project that, can use an expensive thread, I'm okay with that. But if there is a particular logo that has to have a particular look and feel to it, then that's when I will go over to more expensive brands of threads. The needles, I don't buy cheap needles. Remember, the needles is what creates the holes and threads and the thread on your fabric. Um, you know, so you don't want to sacrifice that because the wrong needles can cause, uh, you know, um, larger holes and damage to your fabric. So you want to, be conscientious of that. Also, your stabilizers. There may be times that you can use cheaper stabilizer, there have been times when I have more expensive stabilizer, and depending on what I'm working on, will depend on the type of stabilizer that I use. You know, so if you really need to, if you like good quality stabilizer, and you feel like you need more, um, you I don't know, how can I say this? Oh, I'm a little off, guys. Sorry. All right. Get it together, Jeanette. All right. So, all right. Stabilizer. And I'm all drugged up too. Okay. But not illegal drugs. Okay. Don't be starting rumors about me. All right. So, the stabilizers. How am I gonna say this? Okay. Stabilizers can get expensive or inexpensive, but sometimes it can get very, very pricey. The way that I save on the pricey stabilizer is you buy them in bulk. Okay. If you use if you how to say this? Okay, sometimes when you buy in bulk, this is because I'm thinking like what questions you guys can come at me with. When you buy the bulk, okay, what happens? Jeanette needs sleep. God bless her. Thanks, Erica. I too. I'm that, but I'm determined. Okay. When you buy in bulk, some people get afraid because they're like, Jeanette, what am I gonna do with all this stabilizer, right? If you are running an embroidery business, believe me, you're gonna use the stabilizer. You don't have to use it all in a month. Stabilizers doesn't go bad. There have been times when I buy stabilizer in a bulk. It lasts me a whole year, believe it or not. I prefer it that way. The reason why is because when you're buying in bulk, you're buying it all in like one shipment. And think this way, if it's one shipment, it's one buy, that's it. If you're buying a lot throughout the year, depending on where you're buying it from, what can happen is you can end up spending a lot of money on shipments, and you just end up, it could get kind of messy, and it could get a little more difficult when you're trying to track all your inventory. Okay. So one of the things that you want to do is you want to make sure that when you are looking at your supplies and you want to see how you can cut costs, buy in bulk when you can. There's a caveat to that though, okay? All right. Buying in bulk is not for everybody. So if you really honestly feel that you don't need 1,000 sheets of stabilizer, that then don't do it. Because caveat with that could be is that if you buy in bulk and honestly you don't use it, and I'm not saying that, like I said before, you don't have to use it in a month. You can use it within a year, whatever. But if you, let's say you bought in bulk, right? You got 1,000 sheets of stabilizer. Now here we are, 5 years later, and you got 900 sheets of stabilizer still sitting next to you. You wasted your money. You didn't save anything there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, I don't know if you're gonna use all that stabilizer in your lifetime. Okay. So you really have to, that's why I say, how I said in the very beginning when I said you gotta be very, very honest with yourself about the finances in your business. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, being honest with yourself about money can be really difficult. People have problems with this even in their personal finances. They don't want to know the amount of debt they're in. They prefer to be in a cloud, right? Because if that true number hits them, it's like getting slapped in the face. It's very similar to like when you're running a business. When you're running a business and you're running your numbers, you want to feel good, right? Because you love what you're doing it for yourself and all that kind of stuff. So you always want to feel like, hey, I'm running my business, I'm doing good, I'm making money. But when those true numbers hit, and a lot of times this is what happens with businesses that are first starting out, especially in the beginning. A lot of times you're going to lose money in the first couple of years because you got a lot of startup costs. You just bought your machines. You're buying a lot of supplies and stuff like that. You're buying a lot of mighty hoops. You're buying your embroidery machines. You're buying your threads. You're buying a lot of stabilizer. You're setting up your space. So you're probably going to buy tables, stands, scissors, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So in the beginning, the list of expenses is going to be very, very long. But as time goes on, right? Once you have a machine, you're really not going to buy another machine till maybe another 20, 25 years, maybe, right? Once you buy a table or stand, you're really not going to replace that stand. It's probably there for life, unless something drastic happens to it, Thread, you're only going to replace it when it runs out. So as time goes on, the expenses of your startup isn't going to be as high anymore. Expenses is going to start to go down a little bit, right? You still got to buy supplies, okay? It's never going to go away, but it'll go down. What'll happen is then your sales will start to creep up. Or when the sales hit, it'll exceed how much you're bringing in than how much is going out, hopefully. So, you got to make sure that you're honest from the very beginning of opening your doors to the end, okay? That way, when you start talking about buying in bulk and knowing where to cut costs and all that kind of stuff, you have your true numbers. So you'll know where you can cut, where you can't, okay? But like I said, you got to be honest. Now we got number 9. You got to limit your distractions. Like right now, your girl Jeanette is distracted like hell, okay? I'm trying to get over this flu. My head feels like 50 pounds, but I'm rocking it, right? I'm moving forward. No matter what, I still Even though I had a call out 2 days this week. But I finished my orders this week, okay? And I'm still rocking. I still got some more orders to do, and I'm gonna continue to do it. Still working. Um, I'm still doing new designs and stuff like that. I'm still working at my orders and all that kind of stuff and everything. So you got to, no matter what's going on around you, you got to focus on what your goal is. Don't let people distract you. Okay. Don't let things around you distract you. If you have people around you that are saying negative stuff, about you or about what you want to do, don't let them distract you. As a matter of fact, what you should do is remove them. Okay. Because you don't need people like that. You want people that's going to encourage you and believe in you, you know? And even if you don't have that around you, heck, believe in yourself then. You know what I'm saying? So limit those distractions, okay? You know the goal, keep your eye on the ball and keep going. Number 10 I have is prioritize your customer support. Okay? You want to make sure that the customer support that you provide is just as good as the quality of your work. People remember that. I remember once I talked to you guys about customer experience, okay, and how valuable that is. All right? When you are working with a customer, and sometimes, people are kind of like, well, Jeanette, I just want to do the embroidery work. Well, I got that and all that kind of stuff. But you got to remember, you got to get to know your customer. You got to take down the requirements. You got to get to know what they want. You got to be able to work with them and fill those orders. And the thing is, the customers will remember you. If you're the type of person that you sit there and you take your time, and you listen to them and you write down their orders, you do a stitch out, you show them what it's going to look like, and they like it, and they see the type of care and customer support that you give them, if they have that pleasant customer experience with you, that's something that they're not going to forget. And trust me, they will come back. So you got to make sure that you understand that importance. It's not just about how good your embroidery is. Because I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? Your embroidery can look like a diamond, okay? It can look like gold. But if you treat people like crap, you won't see them again. You won't see me again, that's for sure. Because I'll tell you what, I deal with a lot of other small business owners, and I also have folks that I use for certain things. Sometimes I even know that what I get from them I can probably get it cheaper somewhere else, but because they are so good at what they do, and because of the customer service that I get, I will stay with them. I will remain being one of their customers because I know the quality of the work. I know how they treat me, and I just really have a great time working with some of these folks. Okay. And I'm talking about like some of the contractors that I have that sometimes do renovations to my home, people that paint my house and stuff like that. Folks, the gentleman that we hire to do our landscape. I know I can get the landscaping done, um, you know, probably cheaper from somewhere else. But we like the guy. Very, very responsible, comes every week, does beautiful work. And why not? You know what I'm saying? We love the customer service. So customer service is so, so important. Okay. So even though I know we talk a lot about embroidery and using a stabilizer and all that kind of stuff, you got to remember that that's not the only face of your business. You're the face of the business as well. So you and your employees have to make sure that you're always on the ball. Okay. When it comes to that. And that goes kind of with what they said about number 11, deliver unforgettable experiences. That is one of the things that I truly, truly believe in. Okay. Like, and that is probably why sometimes I get a lot of repeat customers as well. They actually love it when they place an order for me, and I will actually do a video of the order and I'll put it on the YouTube channel. They actually love that. Like the gentleman that bought the golf bag to me, he actually shared with me some of his experience of working with another embroiderer, which I thought was like very valuable to me because what you're doing is you're learning from other people's mistakes. One of the things that he said, and I even mentioned it in the video when I was videotaping it, was that the embroiderer did a good job of embroidering the pocket of the golf bag. But what ended up happening was that he actually messed up the teeth of the golf bag. So when he messed up the teeth of the golf bag, and the gentleman took the pocket cover home, they couldn't, it wouldn't zip on the golf bag. So he kind of ruined the item. So because he shared that with me, which I was kind of like, oh, okay. I was able to take it. I made sure I put it in the mighty hoop. I even showed the gentleman, look, it's gonna be very gentle. It's not gonna mess up your teeth. And I even told him, leave the bag and we'll zip it together. And we did that. He bought the bag. I showed you guys the video of how I did the whole thing. And then what I did was I just went and I just, helped worked with him in zipping the bag and everything. And I even showed you guys that what things I did when I talk about customer experience and providing awesome customer support. I had a golf towel literally just sitting here. It was blank. I didn't have anything to do with it. It's not something that I was planning on selling. I just bought it because I just wanted to see it, because there's a lot of golfers around here. But it was perfect match. And I was like, let me just throw it in. Let me just throw it in. And he loved it. And he liked it so much, that he was very grateful for it. So I know in the future he'll definitely come if he wants more embroidery business and stuff. And it was a very memorable experience. So you want to make sure that you do that. Now, number 12 is something that I know that people usually do, but I don't know if they do it correctly, which is study your competitors. Now, of course, there's a lot of people out there that do embroidery. Okay, a whole lot of people. They got big businesses, small businesses, and stuff. And I'm sure probably you're not the only one where you live that does a lot of embroidery. So, we're all in competition with each other and stuff, which is, to me, I think it's great and I think it's healthy. The reason why I like having a competitor is, first of all, what happens is you get to learn from each other, right? Um, you know, this is the one thing that I do notice that people do. They look for competitors, and then what they do is they do the copy, right? Now, somebody I remember once asked me a long time ago, does it bother you when people copy? And I'm like, no, it doesn't. The reason why I say that is because, first of all, this is how I see it, okay? And I don't mean to say to be like mean or anything like that. In this type of industry, right? We all get ideas from each other. But if you copy, if you copy 100% all the time from other people, I'm gonna tell you up front, you're not gonna succeed at all. All you're doing is just you're just riding along. That's all you're doing. To be really, really successful, you want to be able to look at your competitors, study what they're offering, and you have to think to yourself, how can I offer something that's maybe similar but better with my own personal touch to it? Okay. That's how you grow your business, through being unique. All right. Not by being the same. All right. So you have to like always think about that. Study your competitors, look to see what's trending, what's not no longer trending, okay? Because what's hot today may not be hot tomorrow. So you got to look for those things. Look to see what's hot, what's not, and all that stuff. Also study your competitors so that you can get an idea of what is the pricing in your area. Okay. Now notice how I said that. I said in your area. Now that is something that I notice a lot of people, they come on, they say, oh, well, how much would you price something? Shouldn't be asking questions like that for the simple fact that every place is different. Okay. Cost of living is not the same in all the areas. Some places the cost of living is high and some places it's low. And it depends also on your expenses and your situation. My expenses are very different from your expenses. So how you should be, you should know, okay? Let's say that better. You should have a better idea of how you need to price something so that you can profit from it, okay? Just because I price something at $19.99 doesn't mean that $19.99 might work for you. It may not, okay? A perfect example is like my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law lives in South Carolina. And one time I asked her about, she has a shop there. And I said, hey, I was thinking about putting some of my embroidery items in her shop. And she said, nope, don't do it. And I was like, why? And I'm over here thinking, oh, she don't want to work with me. Nope, it ain't that. It's just that the cost of living where she's at is much lower than where I'm at. And when she saw my stuff, she was like, Jeanette, they're not going to be able to pay what you need to sell it for to make money. Okay. So I was like, oh, then I kind of understood what she meant. Okay. So it may be the same. So for instance, I may pay one price for certain supplies. You could pay another price for certain supplies. So you got to be very conscientious of your environment and what people around you are willing to pay and what you are spending on. Okay. So no two are the same. So, just be conscientious of that. So when you're looking at your competitors, think of that. All right. See what is selling. All right. Are towels popular? Are napkins popular? Are hats popular? What type of styles and all that kind of stuff. That's what I mean when I mean study your competitors, okay? And stuff. So, and also, I know I'm saying, the pricing you got to be careful about, but when you are looking at pricing and you're looking at it from your competitors and you want to see where you want to price your items, you got to remember, especially if you are selling online. If you're selling online, it's different than when you're pricing to sell local. That's another discussion too, okay? So if you're selling online and you see, let's say you want to embroider a pillow, right? And then you see that everybody is selling that pillow for $30, right? You take that pillow and you go and you list it for $60. I'm gonna tell you something, it's not gonna sell. Especially if that pillow's gotta be sewn with diamonds if you think you're gonna sell it for $60, all right? It's gotta be so special about that pillow. But if you got a pillow that's pretty similar to your competitors and they're selling it for 30, you're putting it at 60, chances are you're gonna have to come down on the price. Then before you come down on that price, you gotta ask yourself, can you afford that knockdown in price? Okay, because you can overprice yourself. Okay, you can overprice yourself. So you got to study your competitors, study them, see what they're offering, how are they pricing, how are they selling? Because just because they got stuff out there doesn't mean it's all selling. Okay, because people could just have stuff just there and it's not moving. All right, so you just got to be conscientious of that too. All right. Now, last week what was the topic last week? Find your niche. That's what they had on their article as number 13, finding your niche. 14, you got to build a strong team. All right. Now, if you're running a business and you have employees, you want to make sure you guys have that shared vision, and you guys are working together to meet whatever goals it is that you have set for your business. If you are solo, like me, I'm kind of solo, even though sometimes my son will step in and he'll help me and stuff like that. But if you still need a support team, right? So to me, I consider this like the channel and our Facebook group and all that stuff. I consider that a support team because I see people, sorry, always reaching out there, asking for help and all that kind of stuff, right? So you want to build that strong support community, okay? And another thing too, when we're talking about building a strong support team, I remember Erica, my coworker, she sells her cups, right? And I remember last year, she was like so super excited because I think I don't remember if it was a weekend or if it was a week. I think it may have been a week or something like that, or half a week, something like that. She took a trip, and what she did was she met other folks that did proxy cups. And they all met, and it was like a support group, and it's like I think they all like spent the night together in a cabin. I'm not sure. I don't remember the detail, but I know she was like so super excited because it was like she was gonna be in her element, right? With surrounded by other women. Or I don't know if men were there too, but I'm not sure. But I know it was she was gonna be surrounded by people, let's just say that, other people that shared that same passion. And I'm sure that they were sharing tips and different ways of doing things and all that kind of stuff. And that's a really great positive environment to be in. So if you have a sewing shop by you that has like an embroidery club, or you have an environment like such as this, or a Facebook group or something like that, where you guys share the same passion, that to me is a great place for you to get support. All right, because you learn from each other, you encourage each other, and and you just it just feels really good because and you're because it's like you got people around you that are rooting you on, right? They're rooting you on, and they want to see you really do well, and you guys share that passion, so that to me is really really important. That is really important, especially for your success and your personal growth and stuff like that. So a lot of times people don't express that enough. They don't understand the importance of having that type of support. I ain't gonna lie, you guys. There are sometimes times when, I do wake up and, I don't know, like this week. I ain't gonna like, I don't know if it was the flu or what, but I was like telling myself, oh God, Japan, why are you killing yourself? Why are you doing this? Why? Why do you do this? Why? And I was like, oh, should I just give up? But I know it's just because I'm sick, because if it wasn't, being physically sick and then having to physically do a whole bunch of stuff and everything like that, and it can really, bleh, it makes your whole body like, bleh, 'cause I ain't gonna lie, right? I'm struggling now. People are struggling, but I'm staying strong. But to have that support, it is important. It really, really is. All right, number 5. I kind of mentioned this a little bit, which was to stay. 15, 5, 5. That's 15. Stay on top of the marketing trends, which is kind of like what I told you guys. Gotta stay on top. What's hot today? What's not hot tomorrow, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. Also, number 16. I already kind of touched it. Be passionate about your business. Seriously, if you're not really into this, you're not going to put all the extra effort that is required. For example, if you're not passionate about what I'm doing right now, believe me, with the flu, you know I'd be in bed with the covers over me, just sleeping. But I don't care how sick I am. I I have to do what I have to do because this is what I'm really passionate about. This is what I love doing. There are going to be moments that, yeah, that you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, oh God, why? Why am I doing this or whatever? But you'll get over that. It's just a moment. It rides. It's okay. But at the end of the day, I still get up every day and I still hug these machines. And I just, do what I got to do and stuff like that. So, and then number 17 is most important is you got to have fun. You got to enjoy it. So if you're passionate, having fun with it is going to be very, very natural. It's going to be natural and stuff. So those were the things that I found. And it's funny because it really was just about running a business efficiently. Okay. And all I did was I just put the word embroidery in front of it. Okay. I went and I said, with all the stuff that we got going on, everybody's talking about all this efficiency. You hear it on the news all the time, right? So I was like, let me find out about, what other businesses, do, right? Because, even though we talk embroidery, but the thing is, think about it. Embroidery is a business like any other business. The only thing that's different is that, we sew, right? That's it. Okay, we sew. But all business provides some type of service, right? Like a law firm, they do law, medical practice, medical services, you know. So embroidery, we do embroidery, but we all have a business that we have to run. We all have to look at our expenses. We have to look at our profits, our sales, and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, we got to look at the bottom dollar. And then we also want to make sure that whatever we're doing to run this business, that it's as efficient as possible and stuff like that. So, you know, those were some of the things. And I just wanted to I went and I did a search and I started researching the articles and then I just started to just copy down some of the things that I noticed that really go to us, and what we do. And I was thinking, you know what? These are these are things that I really have been telling you guys all along, which I was kind of like, okay, looks like I'm on the money. I'm on the right path, which is, I am doing well. I will tell you, my local business is doing very, very well. Now, my online business right now, as it stands, it is a little bit on the slow. I'm getting sales for the baby blankets. I guess baby baptism's coming real soon and stuff like that. So I'm getting a lot of those. um you know but I am getting a lot of the local sales, and the embroidery business really does really well for me in the local sales, more so than online. All right, I mean, online does okay, but locally I do really, really well, because I guess my reputation is really starting to grow around where I live. So people have really started to get to know me. And then when people talk to other people, like the guy that bought me the golf bag, he actually, he said he did a Google about, embroidery near me. He said my business popped up, and then he he owns a home that's by me, that he was renting out, and then he just happened to just have passed by there, and then he talked to them, and he said, yeah, I'm going to this house over here to do embroidery. And then he said that everyone there was like, oh, we know her and stuff. And he said he talked to them, and they were all like, she's really good. And so when he came to me, he was like, yeah, you really seem to have a really good reputation around here, for your embroidery business. Which, I'm going to tell you something. When he told me that, I was like, wow, thanks. I mean, it was really good to hear. It really was. It was really good to hear. It made me feel really good, because I was like, wow, so people really do like what I do and stuff like that. And what was really cool was that they kind of like told him, yeah, she's really nice. She works really well. I like working with her. So it was pretty cool because it was another business owner that I do work for, and he was like, yeah, I work with her too. She's so I was kind of like, that's pretty cool. But to me, it was kind of proof that it shows that when you are running your business, right, and you're working with people, and you know how in the beginning, one of the things in here talks about customer experience and all that kind of stuff and everything. And they talk about taking down their orders and stuff like that. Um, it's really, it's important. So it's like it kind of proves my point that, you know, I know you guys probably think, oh God, man, she's always homing in onto those points. But the thing is, it's important. It really truly is important. I mean, just think about when you are going out there and you're looking for something, right? Or and you receive customer service. Think about when you got the best customer service you ever received from someone, whether it's a doctor's office, or you hired someone to do some construction for your work, or just walked into a store, sorry, to buy something, right? And the salesperson was so nice, or or the contractor was so nice, or whatever, right? I mean, it's a good experience, right? But then also think of it the opposite way, right? Think about it when you wanted to work with someone and it could turn out crappy, right? I bet you will. I mean, think about it. Ask yourself, would you go there again? No. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't. So that's what, I mean, it felt really good when he came and he said, you got a really good reputation. So to me, I was like, awesome. I'm on the ball. People know who I am. They know quality work. They know that it's going to be a pleasant experience, and that's the type of reputation I want. That's what I want people to share, and stuff, because I know that is going to help my business to grow. I don't want people to come out and go, "Oh, you can't work with her. She's nasty," or "Oh my gosh, she did a terrible job." And so that's something that's going to make your business go real fast. You know what I'm saying? So, when I saw some of these things, I was like, you know what? I wanted to share that because I was like, oh, it's pretty cool. I mean, I really like the way, some of the findings that I found. So it was pretty cool. And that's something also, don't be afraid to do research out there. Look for articles about how to run an efficient a business efficiently. And even look for articles regarding how about running an embroidery business. What are the recommendations? What are the pitfalls and all that kind of stuff? I know I got plenty of those videos on the channel and stuff like that. So, but I do know that I'm long-winded. I do talk a lot and stuff like that. But yeah, and I know this video is a little bit like blah, because of my mental state, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me though. But I'm gonna go down the chat and I want to see if anybody has any questions and stuff like that. And I am gonna cut it a little bit short because I am feeling so out of the weather. And the thing is too is I want to save my voice because I have a feeling that if I talk too much, I don't want to slow down the process of me getting better, because I am feeling a lot better. It's just, my throat is still a little bit scratchy. So and I do have to meet with customers tomorrow and stuff. well, not really to meet with them. I have their stuff, but I have to like reach out to them and schedule pickups because I always like to schedule my pickups with each of them because I want them to have my attention when they come pick up the item. Because well, usually what I do is I'll have them come over. I like to take the item. I like to unpackage it. I like them to inspect my work, and be available to answer any type of questions and stuff like that that they might have. So that's important to me. And I have a friend that gave birth to a baby, and I still got to work on the baby gift, but I don't want to work on that as I'm sick. So that's gonna probably have to wait a little bit because I don't want to accidentally, get anyone sick or stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to wait on that. But what I'm planning on doing is I'll just design the stuff. I'm gonna do a baby gown. I'll probably do a couple of baby onesies and stuff. And I'm gonna put it all in a nice little Easter basket for the baby. So yeah, so I'm gonna go down. Hey Tina. Hey Iris. Hey SK. I see Eartha. Hey Erica. Oh my God, that's so cool. Erica's selling her house, her little house. She's selling it. And thank you so much for the tip. This really, really, really did help. Thank you, Erica. I'm excited for you. Erica is going to be doing her job full time. So she is making her dreams come true. I'm excited for her. It can be scary, but she's going for it. So I know the feeling. I can't wait for me to be able to do that. Hey, Juvina Creations, how are you? Hey, Angela and Stitches. Oh, no, she's been sick too. I have been so sick this week. So happy you made it tonight, Jeanette. I don't know what it is. I guess everybody's sick. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, thanks, Iris. Um, Everybody is sick. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Gloria, how you doing? Hey, Emma, how are you? Oh my goodness. I have my 4-year-old grandson for 4 days. I don't know if he caught something from me or vice versa. He's been sick too. Kids are a little prissy dish. Yeah, mine was actually the flu. And I'm gonna tell you, so this was the first time um I think I really felt. I went to work on Monday and I actually excluded myself from all my coworkers. I sat like on the opposite side of the room because I really felt like crap. But I went to work because of all the craziness that we got going on right now. And but I had to call out on Tuesday. So Tuesday I woke up, and that was the first time I ever went to I think it's Patients First, something like that. I went to like an urgent care thing, and I went there and it was just a flu. They gave me like a COVID test and all that kind of stuff. So the doctor came back and she said, "Oh, you just got the good old fashioned flu." So she gave me medication and she said, "You'll be fine in 5 days." So I should be 100% by Monday for sure. She said you get over it in about a week. She said in a week it'll be done. And I do feel a lot better because I will tell you, Monday I was like, it was really bad. You know, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there a little better. Hey Carol, don't overdo it. Make sure you take care of yourself. I am. This just turned into a little setback. That's it. Hey Pearl. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I got 3 Etsy orders and flying to Atlanta on Thursday. I gotta get better. Oh, Angela, congratulations. My Etsy orders have been very sporadic this month. I will say this year has been a lot slower than the other years. Um, but I'm okay with that. I kind of understand for the simple fact that we got a lot going on right now in the world. We really truly do. And people right now, I feel like this is a time where a lot of people are really holding on to their money. So they're being a little tight. So I totally got it, and I kind of expect that. So I kind of look at this downtime as it's a perfect opportunity for me to look at how I can make my online shop better. Okay, so locally my sales have been steady. They've been kind of coming. It's good. But the online sales has gone down a little bit. But that's okay, because honestly I really do like the local sales. Because to me, those are quick and they are more profitable, honestly. But I do like the online sale as well, but I'm okay with either. But yeah, I do want to spruce up my online sale, my online store and stuff. Right now it's kind of like static. I haven't really, that I have been looking at it. I want to do a new design, and I already have ideas of listings and all that kind of stuff. But I just right now all my ideas are on paper. They're all like they're all in here. Okay. They're all in here. I've been jotting everything down in my business planner. I have this, planner, and I have it always tabbed and everything, but everything's in here. I just have to get it from here to reality. So, but it's okay. I mean, like I said, this is something that actually I'm really doing this on the side right now, right? Once I am done with my full-time job, um, and I'm supposed to retire in I think now it's a year and 6 months. Is it? I no. Well, I don't know. I gotta check the countdown. I have a countdown app that I always like to check, and I think it's a year and 7 months that I still have left. Um, but yeah. But when it comes, nope. Look at that. Oh my goodness, this is nice. I got 1 year, 6 months, 2 weeks, and 4 days left before I can retire. Wow. And I've been telling everybody I got a year, 7 months. I actually got 1 year, 6 months, 2 weeks, and 4 days. Oh, okay. I'll get there. But when I get there, that's when this can be full time. And that, guys, you guys are really going to see me explode because I got plans. And what I really like about having this extra time of the year and the 6 months is that I have like all this time to plan. So that way, and get everything set up so that once I'm no longer working full time and this can become my full time, I can really focus and grind and really get it to that next level that I wanted to get. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Um yeah, so the downtime, honestly, the downtime that I'm experiencing right now online, that's okay. I'm okay with that because that gives me the time that I need to do my data analytics, see what's working, what's not working. Um, you know, do I need new pictures? Do my, I want to redo my descriptions. I really want to make it much more professional and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that I want to change. I really want to make it nicer and stuff. So yeah. Hey Rita, how you doing? Um, hey Carol, how you doing? I did my expenses versus my income, and it was not very pretty. I am an independent contractor and have only one good client that keeps me afloat. And that's okay. Carol, that's okay. And the thing is, you're being honest with yourself, okay? And that's all right. Because you know exactly where you stand. And this is the thing. When you know that, when you know where you stand, where you really are, that's when you can look back and say, okay, what do I need to do to correct this? What am I doing wrong? Um, did I buy too many supplies? Or is it that I have to get more sales or whatever? You'll start looking at it. That's when you start to peel the onion and start asking yourself where in your business can you improve so that instead of losing, at least you're breaking even. Because remember, you're going to take baby steps. You know, you're going to take baby steps. Even big companies did not like make billions of dollars in a day. Okay, we all companies start the same exact way. Okay, you got your startup costs, and then the first couple of years, when sometimes you are making money, sometimes what happens is you take that money and you're reinvesting it in the business. But eventually, you will get to that place where when you make money, it's actually making money because you're good. So you don't have to buy any more machines. You don't have to buy any more hoops. You don't have to do certain things. You're good with your equipment and everything. Now all you're doing is you're just buying the supplies to sustain and making your sales. You'll eventually going to get there, okay? It takes time. But what is really great though, Carol, is that you're honest though, and that you already know exactly where you are. Okay. Hey Leslie, how you doing? You want to say hi, Mello? Where are you, boo boo? Want to say hi? There you go. All right. Okay. It's that he got a haircut, and they asked me if I wanted. Why don't you turn around so they can look at you? That way they could give me your opinion. Go ahead, sit down. Look up. Look up. Oh, you don't look that bad. Yes, mommy. I think around the eyes, because I told him to cut more around the eyes, because what happens is sometimes his hair grows in, and I know that's gotta poke your eyes, and I know that's gotta bother you. I know, boo boo. I'm sorry, but you look handsome. No matter what, you always look handsome to me. You will. That's my boo boo right here. And no matter how sick I get, he never leaves my side. Right, Papa? Oh, look at that. And look at that tail. Oh my goodness, that tail. It's so cute. I'm sorry, guys. I love my dog. I adore my dog. Hey, Diane. Hey, Cynthia. I see Diane. Cynthia. Hey, pretty eyes. How are you? Hey, thank you for your. Oh, sorry, Cynthia. Oh, Leslie. I actually like Fridays, honestly. Leslie. I really do. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. This Friday, I was a little bit like, oh God, I should cancel it. But then it's like, even if we just get to talk for a half hour or whatever, I always like to check in with everybody and say hi and stuff like that, because I just think it's important. And I like our little group. I really do. I like that we share information and everything and stuff. Hey Jenny, how you doing? We love you and your show, but if you need a break, go get some rest. So, do it over. Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate it. Hey, Gail. Hey, Diane. Hey, Sandy. How are you? Hey, Miss Miller. How are you? Um. Oh wow, Angela got a machine. She got a Juki and some cover stitch. I just got one and I haven't set it up. Congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. See, I don't have a cover. I have sergers. I just don't have cover stitches. Yeah, but I can't get another machine. If I get another machine, Fred's gonna be like, "What the heck? Are we gonna buy a house just for machines?" So I don't really have much more room. um, let's see. Jeanette, you look a little flushed. I am. I'm a little flushed because I'm sick. Got that flu. I just went to new Baba Tea theme cup sleeves I made, and they love them and want to carry them. No embroidery, but an income opportunity. Good for you, Carol. That's the way to do it. That's it. Um, Lemon and honey. Yep, I'm gonna try that too. Yeah, I am gonna try to make a cup of tea because I know that does smooth your throat. But the orange juice worked really good. Um, God, look out for my girl. Girl, you know I got you too. Um, is your throat sore? It was super sore before. Now it's not that sore, but it's just it's still a little tight. But it'll be okay. Um, Mr. Hey baby giant, how are you? Hey Linda. Oh, my embroidery machine's sick too. Hmm. Thread is fraying while making the Easter basket. Oh, it's fraying using sticky stab. Wash away too. What thread should I use? Okay, if you're using Florina, I use Madeira. Now you're saying 48 thread. I don't know what you mean by 48 thread. I'm using 40 weight thread. Maybe you meant 40 uh 40 weight thread. Um Try if your thread is fraying. This is what I do. All right. Where is it? I have something for that. It's here. Hold on. Oh no, where did I put it? It's in here. There's something called Sewed Aid. Where's my Sewed Aid? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, go, whoa, what happened? Did somebody touch my stuff? All right, Linda, here you go. Put this in front of the camera. It's called Sewer's Aid. Okay. Now, what this is it's like a moisturizer for your thread because it's probably fraying because it's dry. If the thread is dry, so this is how you use this. Just get my thread. You open it up. Okay. Here's a roll of thread. Just take this and go like this. One drop. And there you go. Did you see that line? That's it. Put it on there. Sometimes I'll take my finger and I'll just smush it like that. This will dry. Don't worry. It'll dry. It's just oil. It's just a little bit of oil. It's like moisturizer. And when you touch your hand, you'll feel it's kind of oily. But all this is just to oil the thread, okay? You don't soak it. Just take this one line straight down. That's it. Just like you saw that I did here. Now, you see how it looks a little dark, but that's just because it's wet. It's going to dry. Don't worry about it. And then what you do is put it back on your machine, okay? And as the thread gets taken out, okay, it's going to have that little oil. And it's going to run through the needle a lot better, okay? So let me show you guys what this is right away. So in case you guys want, it's called Sewer's Aid, okay? Sewer's Aid. I get it from Amazon. I don't know if you could get it at Walmart. I know Joanne. Did you hear that all the Joanne's are gonna close? Did you? I don't know if you guys heard that. I saw that and I was like, oh. So I'm gonna have to run over there and buy fabrics because I don't know where I'm gonna get my fabric from. Now the Michaels by Me now sells fabric, but man, I'm gonna miss my Joann's. So now what I'm gonna do is I plan on going to Joann's and I want to buy all the scissors they got because you know scissors get dull and all that kind of stuff. Any type of scissors. I want to get some serger thread. You know, stabilizer that they got in stock. I want to rack up on some fabric and stuff like that. You know, even though I'm not supposed to. But you know, the thing is, after Joann's is gone, I don't know where. You know, I guess Hobby Lobby is the only other place. It kind of sucks because I like Joann's because Joann's had the coupons and the discounts and everything like that. So now I'm stuck with Hobby Lobby. So ain't that something? But anyway, Linda, I hope that helps you, okay, with the frame. And slow down the machine too. I don't know what speed you're running it at, but it could be that maybe you're going a little too, excuse me, too fast. Okay. Sorry about that. Who here uses Vino? It's new to me. I'm old fashioned. I love paper trail. Is it secure? Carol, I have used it. Um, but I stopped. And I didn't stop because it's anything bad. I don't want you to think that that's a bad app. I still have one or two customers pay me through Vino if they want to. But I usually what I do is I do an invoice through QuickBooks, and I just have them pay using QuickBooks. They just click on the link, they pay by credit card and stuff. But Vino is very easy to use, very easy to set up. And yeah, but the thing is that if it is for business, make sure that you sign up for a business Vino account. Okay, because you don't want them to shut you down or anything like that. So, because they do monitor. So, because they want to make sure that, but it is secure. Yep. Linda's using. Yeah, it is secure. Hey, Miss Brown, how are you? Hey, Sandy. Suggestions for setting up a website. I do not have my own personal website, Sandy. What I usually do is I just go and I set up an Etsy store. That's how I do it. I don't. You could if you want to, but I like taking the easy route. Okay, because especially right now because I'm way too busy. Maybe later on in the future, maybe I'll create a professional website. But as of right now, having an Etsy shop suits me fine. Very easy to set up. It's pretty self-explanatory. So, but that's usually what I do. I got you, Erica. Hey, Annette, how you doing? Let's see. OJ, no pup. Where to go? Yeah, yeah. This has always been my favorite. This has always been my favorite. Now, believe it or not, you guys will hear a funny story. When I was single mom with my son, right? I was feeding him Tang. I don't know if you guys remember Tang, okay, from the olden days. I don't even know if they still make it. But I remember I used to be able to buy Tang from Costco. So I was always for orange juice, I would do the Tang. Now, I had him spend the night at my girlfriend's house, and my girlfriend, I never bought the Tropicana because Tropicana is expensive. So she had Tropicana, and Carlito spent the night, and that was the first time that he got to taste Tropicana. And when he tasted Tropicana, okay, that's when he got home, and I was like, okay, here's your Tang. He's like, I don't want to drink Tang anymore. I want Tropicana. I remember I was so mad at my friend. I said, you know how much that costs? Now I gotta get him Tropicana. But yeah, because you thought it, Angela, you made me think about that. Oh God, Carlito, boy, I put that boy through some stuff, boy. Oh my goodness. Um, Jeanette needs some sleep. God bless her dedication. Erica, God bless your dedication too. You know what this is all about, girl. Erica is a hard worker, I tell you, boy. She is just like I am. She's the same way with her business that I am with mine, boy. Can't mess with it. Can't mess with it. She sleeps, eats, everything cups. Okay. And I sleep, eat, everything embroidery. So we're exactly the same. I think we're made from the same cloth when it comes to this. Okay, I meant to say floor. Okay, yeah, all right. That's what I figured. I thought you meant that. That's what I thought. Yeah, but try that or try slowing down the machine and stuff. Try slowing it down, okay? Um, but no, you're using the right needle, the size needle and stuff like that with that thread too. So, mm, like RuPaul says, if they don't pay your bills, don't pay them no mind. Yes, exactly. That's how I feel. You're not paying my bills. Mm-mm. Hey Kim Cass, how you doing? Hey Mary, how are you? Oh, I'm glad that this helped. I'm glad that you like the information. And I am so sorry guys, because I know I am off today. And I started the show kind of rough. I really did. I started a little bit rough. But thank goodness Erica told me about the orange juice. This really is helping. Hey crafty Puerto Rican, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hey Joyce, how are you? How you doing? I didn't mean to skip you. I'm sorry. Um, Giving you a great opportunity. So happy for you. I know Carol's gonna make some money. She's gonna be making some money. That's the way to do it. Hey Sandy. Let's see. Let's see. There is send something around. Me and my coworkers were out sick 2 days this week. Oh, felt like the flu, but it lasted a couple of days. Yeah, I have the flu. It's when I went, they were like, "Do you have COVID?" I'm like, "I." So they did the COVID test, and they also did the test for the strep throat. Nope, but it's just good old fashioned flu. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, I'm good. And they gave me some meds, and we were all right. Oh no, Mary, I'm so afraid to embroider on pre-made items. How do you handle a mishap? Okay. All right. So this is what I would do, Mary. If you are okay, first of all, mistakes are gonna happen. Okay, so you gotta get over that. All right. But when you do make a mistake, you got a friend called the seam ripper. Okay, that little thing that and you can undo those seams. There is also something else that you can get, but you got to really know how to use it. Okay, where is mine? And this is what it's called. Peggy Situacer. Is it really just a razor? I mean, a shaver, right? And you so you can see what it looks like. I have a video, Mary. This is what it looks like, okay? And okay. And what it is you just put this where the stabilizer is, and you go in circles, and you can start removing the stitches and stuff like that. Now, the only thing is, it's going to take you a long time to remove those stitches. So you want to try not to make mistakes, all right? You're going to learn as you get experience, Mary, especially if you're new, okay? When you're new at it, the only thing, this is one of the things I always tell people, is you got to practice. Practice, 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 okay? If you say right now, I'm afraid to embroider on pre-made items, okay? If you don't feel confident on what they bring you, that you can embroider that, okay, with confidence, then don't take the order, all right? What I would do is I would go to like the dollar store, which is really now the $1.25 store, or just go and buy pre-made items that you can find cheap. Go to and because now the economics is like everything's expensive. Go to the thrift store. Okay? There you go. Go to the thrift store, buy real cheap items. Look around your house for stuff that you're not even using anymore. Use that to practice so that you can know how you're going to hoop it, what kind of stabilizer you're going to use, what type of thread, how fast you should run those machines, and all that kind of stuff. And once you have mastered it, that's when you can come out and say, okay, Now I can embroider on jackets. Now I can do the hats. Now I can do this. Now I can do that. And that's when you start taking those orders. Also, if you are afraid that maybe you wouldn't know how to undo certain things, do this. Take a piece of fabric, any type of fabric, stabilize it. Put a simple design on it. Okay. After you stabilize that, get your seam ripper out. Okay. Turn it around and start picking at it. The way that you undo an embroidery design is trying to break the bobbin thread. Okay, that's what you want, because remember the bobbin thread is the one that kind of, it's like a tug and war between your bobbin thread and your top thread. So what you want to do is you turn the design around and you look for the bobbin thread, and those are the threads that you want to break. Once you break the bobbin thread, everything else on the top will come out. And you got to be really careful when you're undoing embroidery, because you don't want to damage the fabric. So one of the things that I do is I will not take an order that I can replace the item. Sorry. I am not a fan of undoing the embroidery work. First of all, it's very time consuming, because embroidery work usually consists of thousands and thousands of stitches. Some of the designs that I do are sometimes up to 30,000, 40,000 stitches, some even 60,000. That's a lot of stitches that I have to undo. I don't have the time for it or the patience. So usually what I'll do is I'll tell them, where did you buy that item? I'll replace it. And then if it's a real nice item that I wouldn't mind keeping for myself, I'll create a patch and I'll put it over it. So I'll do a patch of something that I like, and then I'll just sew it on top of the embroidery design, and I'll just use it for myself. So hopefully that gives you an idea. But the thing that not that it bothers me, but you put, I'm so afraid. Please try to get that off of your vocabulary, Mary. And the reason why I say that is because fear can be so dangerous, because it can really prevent you from really doing what you want to do and taking risks and trying in life. Okay. I would say, instead of saying I'm so afraid to embroider, just say, I'm just concerned that if I embroider on pre-items, that I may have a mishap. A concern. That's all it is. It's a concern. It's not, you're not afraid. When you start using words like afraid and stuff like that, it could kind of like stop you from even trying. And I don't want you to not try. You gotta try. Okay? It's an opportunity. A mistake is an opportunity. Don't ever be afraid of making mistakes. Okay? That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Okay? Um, so I hope that helps, Mary. Um, Jenny, word of mouth is a great bit. Yes, it is. Reputation is everything. It really, really is. Um, oh, I'm gonna definitely do that. Yeah, I do want to have some tea with honey and stuff. That's for sure. And I think Fred has ginger too and stuff. So I'm gonna ask him for some ginger to put in my tea too and stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Great information even when you're sick. Thanks, Nettie. Um, oh, thank you for another useful chat. Everything you're saying is spot on. Oh, thank you, Mary. Hey, Sandy, had surgery to remove cancer. Aw, it's been a rough week. I'm struggling to find out front scrub. Oh, I hope everything was successful, Sandy, and I hope you're doing so much better. And so I'll be praying for you. Hey, SK, Jeanette Nothers under the weather. Yeah, everybody is like, whoo. Hey, Miss Baker, how you doing? Oh, thanks. Jenny, renovation on our house is small business. Crossing my fingers. Oh, congratulations. That's exciting. Oh, everybody's saying hi to Mello. Hey, Francina, how you doing? Hey, Pearl, how are you? Hey, Becky, how you doing? Okay. Hey, Bob, how are you? Um, hey, Miss Joyce. Hey, Jeanette 99. Hey, Miss White. Um, okay. All right, guys. Listen. I know this is short. We usually go on to like 10:30, sometimes 11 and stuff. But like I said, I'm a little bit under the weather. So right now I am going to go downstairs. I'm going to heat up some water and make a tea and just relax a little bit. I should be back to my 100% next Friday and stuff and get down to business and things will be back to normal, hopefully. And stuff. But please and get better, guys, and be careful out there because I think the flu is going around. And yeah, I got it because we're back to work, so I got a feeling that I probably caught it from somebody on the bus or some. I don't know. You know how it is, okay? So, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight because I know I'm under the weather and all that kind of stuff. I'm not as bubbly as I normally usually am and all over the place like I usually am. I'm kind of like in a fog kind of way because I'm still sick, but I will get better by next Friday. I promise. So your Jeanette, your old Jeanette will be back. Okay. So you guys have a great weekend. Please take care, and I will see you guys next Friday. Please take care of each other. Happy sewing and happy embroidering. So bye, guys. And I hope you like the topic. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.